Well, I think we have got so used to seeing Zelenskyy addressing world leaders and gatherings by video. I think it will be quite a moment for us to see him in person leaving the country, the first trip he'll be making, and addressing both houses of Congress in Washington, also meeting the president, of course, and holding a press conference. He is going at a time when I think we've seen the 300th day of the war pass yesterday. We're entering a period now where there is, I think, a fear that fatigue may be setting in the West, war fatigue, and a knowledge, of course, that Putin will be doing what he can over the winter to drive a wedge between allies. So this is the moment Americans, if Ukrainians, have decided it is the right time for Zelenskyy to take what is undoubtedly some kind of risk to travel to Washington, to go there with a message, he says, of strength and resilience. I think there is a fear at the moment, here at least, that the West is underestimating Vladimir Putin still and has not done enough to neutralise and repel the danger of him dismantling the power grid here and the damage that is doing on the home front. A relentless wave of missiles and drones is destroying the power facilities here, cutting off major cities from power completely, or at least restricting electricity supplies. And that is undoubtedly over the winter going to be a danger, a sort of mortal danger to many Ukrainians who will be freezing literally in their homes, but also to the morale and spirit, I think, of those relatives who are fighting on the front line. I think militarily as well, there is a sense that the Americans are still underestimating Putin in terms of what the Ukrainians need to fight him. They know that the Russians have suffered catastrophic losses and blunders for month after month in this war, but I think there is a feeling now that the Russians are possibly getting their acts together. They're using their old tried and tested methods of sending wave after waves of troops against the Ukrainians with not apparent much compassion for their own soldiers, but that is grinding down and degrading the Ukrainians, who I think feel that they are being given by the West just enough to continue this war, but not to finish it or to win it. And therefore, the key message we've been hearing here, and undoubtedly one that Zelenskyy will take to Washington with him, is they need more weapons if the West wants this war to end in the way that it does.